Baki would stand in front of the mirror. He was practicing his lines for the upcoming fight later on in the night. His girlfriend sitting on the bed flipping through a magazine, watching as her boyfriend was practicing his promo, as he called it. "What do you think about that, Kozu?" Baki would ask. I mean, well, you sounded tough. I sounded tough. Come on, it's not about just sounding tough. It's about getting the audience pumped up, excited. I mean, it's going to be a big show tonight. You're going to love it. I wouldn't say all of that. Come on, I thought you would be way more happier. I'm going for the world title tonight. Baki, I was never really a fan of pro wrestling, even when it was, well, scripted. Nothing about this is scripted. This is just death. I mean, they try not to let people die, but what about the people that do? Baki, I'm really worried. What if something happens to you out there? I promise, nothing's going to happen to me. I think you forget, you are dating the world's strongest man after all. And before you even try to contest that, I better be the world's strongest in your heart. Oh, come on, you know that you'll always be the strongest to me. But I can't help but worry. I see how these fights can get sometimes. No offense, but some of these people literally turn into monsters. And you're fighting the champion? I mean, come on. Is it really necessary for you to do all this? It's the only surefire way I'll get to Dad. You know how it works. You become champion. You hold the title for exactly a year. And then he'll come and fight you. It's the only way I'm going to get his attention. I'm going to become the most dominant champion in the MHF. So, you know what they say. Go big or go home. And I'm aiming for the big leagues. Just try not to get yourself killed, Baki. Don't worry. My favorite girl's going to be out there cheering me on the whole time. I can't lose. Yes, the MHF, the Meta-Human Federation, a league that shortly started after 1999. In this world, pro wrestling was a dominant form of entertainment. Some of you might know many of these companies, such as World Wrestling Federation turned World Wrestling Entertainment, World Championship Wrestling, Eastern Championship Wrestling, that later became Extreme Championship Wrestling. Yes, the WWE, the WCW, ECW, New Japan, Pro Wrestling Noah, British League, everything in between. Wrestling was a focal point. But when MetaHuman stepped onto the scene, people craved for more. They wanted to see these monsters, these titans of the world, go at it in legit competition. Meta-human federations began popping up all over the globe, outsourcing anything that pro wrestling ever was. And as a result, some of your favorite pro wrestlers, they turned to some shady practices to gain power. You could say that they had now entered into the world of monsters, if you will. But now, the biggest federation in the world, the Meta-Human Federation. This one was bigger than the rest because this one was personally funded by Yujiro Hanma. It was a way of entertainment, a way of seeing who really wanted to be the best. You see, in this federation, the world champion had a special clause. If the champion could hold on to the world title for 1 full year, successfully defending it once a week, every week, they would get a shot at Yujiro Hanma. You could say that this title, it was a ticket, an opportunity at the big leagues. And right now, the current champion, he already stood at 364 days, with today marking his final day, the last defense. If he succeeded, he would get an opportunity at Yujiro Hanma. But in order to do so, he would have to get through his final opponent, the rookie of the Federation, who was running roughshod over the roster, Baki Hanma. But to many, he was known by another name. Of course, commentary would be done in international style, from English, Spanish, Japanese, so on and so forth. And for tonight's main event, you will be serenaded by the voice of English commentary in former World Wrestling Entertainment commentator Michael Cole and his partner, the human suplex machine, Taz. But now, we swing you to later on in the evening as we set forward to the main event. For those of you who are just tuning in, welcome to the main event of Monster Slam. In just a few minutes, the main combatants will be going to war. I am your host on English commentary, Michael Cole, along with my partner here, the human suplex machine, Taz. And Taz, I gotta ask you, after all the action, after all the bumps, the bruises, and the broken bones, we are now looking forward to the main event. Tell me, what is going through your mind? Well, I gotta tell you, Cole, tonight, we really got a shindig of a match going on here. We got the rookie sensation, Baki Hanma, a.k.a. the Hulk, the big, green, mean fighting machine, straight from the slums of Tokyo, going up against murder grandpa himself, Minoru Suzuki. I have to tell you, folks, you might want to avert your eyes from this. This is going to be hard-hitting. This ain't going to be for the faint of heart. And in the end of the day, someone's going to be holding someone else's heart in their hands. But in the end, only one person can walk away as the Meta-Human Federation champion. We're standing in the back now with our local color commentary as they will be giving an interview. The champion has declined to have any final words before the match. However, we are standing at the locker room with Baki Hanma. Now, back to you in the back. Thanks, Michael Cole. I'm standing here with Baki Hanma just moments before he heads out to the arena. Baki, we want to get some final comments. The words, they've been back and forth. The barbs, they've gone back and forth. Suzuki, he has been on an absolute tear. He doesn't just defend the title once a week. He does it twice a week. He has been racking up a number of title defenses because he wants to get a shot against your father. Now, Baki, there are many people who say that you only got here because of nepotism. You only got here because of who your father is. And many believe that you don't have what it takes to be the face of the league. And to that, I want to get your thoughts. That word nepotism, it gets thrown around a lot. My father, Yujiro, is called the strongest creature on the planet. He's not even human, man. And you know, so many people want to talk so much shit, and yet, when rubber needs to meet the road, well, safe to say their feet can't even hit the ground. Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm the only one that can beat that bastard. I was born to beat that bastard. Now look, I don't really give a damn about the outside noise, and I don't really care about what anyone else thinks. It doesn't really matter to me. Words don't hit back, but Baki does. And when I step into that ring, I step into the ring with someone who is a sadist, a sadistic old man who I have seen turn grown men into pretzels. I've seen him make men cry tears of blood as they walk out of that arena, if they can even walk out at all. And what? They think that's going to be me? No. The way I see it, Suzuki, my father, they're a part of the old time, the old guard. And now it's time for me to push all that to the side and push forth a new era, my era. It's not going to be easy, but no one ever said it was. But do I look panicked? Do I look scared to you? No, I'm not. I prepared for this. I trained for this. I'm ready for this. But my question to Suzuki is, are you ready? Because you're stepping into the ring with someone who's unlike anybody that you've ever faced before. You're going to knock me down. You are. You're going to slam me to the ground. You are. You're going to try to break me, but you can't break me. You can't stop me. You think you've got anger? You don't know what anger is. I know a lot of people say that I'm mean, but really, that only scratches the surface of who I am. They don't know the depths of anger that I have in my heart. And the saddest part about it all, Suzuki, you won't even get to experience it. The level of anger that's inside of me, I'm not even going to give that to you. So not only are you going to lose, but you're not even going to get the satisfaction of being beat by me at my best. Because quite frankly, you're not good enough. I doubt you ever were. They say that you're just an old man, that if you were in your prime, this fight, it wouldn't even last a minute. As they're projecting, they're saying, I wouldn't even last 10 seconds with you. Well, no need to wonder. Because I'm going to whoop your ass so bad, you're not even going to want to think about that scenario. I am going to break you so bad that whenever you think about your prime, you're not even going to think that back then you would have had a chance. Nah, this is a new era. This is the Baki era. And unfortunately for you, Suzuki, the Baki era starts with you being its first victim. Now hit my theme music. Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring, weighing in at over 156 pounds, 1,040 when transformed, he is the mean, lean, green fighting machine. He is the one belted by gamma rays who turns into the bulk who is so unglamorized. He is the one and only, the Immortal Hulk, Baki Hanma! Baki, 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 Boomaye, Baki, Boomaye, Baki, Boomaye, Baki, Boomaye. Michael Cole, I gotta be out of my mind. The people here are cheering for Baki Hanma. They believe they're gonna get a new champion tonight. I agree with you there, Taz. Baki Hanma, he's been training. He's been getting ready for this. He has been running through roughshod over the roster in just the last 6 months. The youngest to ever get a world title opportunity here at the Meta Human Federation. But he has got a task for him tonight. Tonight, he has to go against the champion. He has to go against the unstoppable, the ironclad, the murder grandpa. Do you think he has what it takes? Oh, I know he's got what it takes. He's ready tonight, and now it's time for him to go out there and go get it. And now, the champion has finally arrived. Making his way to the ring, weighing in at 225 pounds, his transforming weight unquantifiable. He is the current, reigning, and defending, undisputed Meta-Human Federation World Champion, the ironclad goon, Minoru Suzuki! Minoru Suzuki, he has been a fan favorite. He, over 56 years old, he has been fighting for well over 40 years, almost half a century. He has seen it all. He has done it all. He has been trained by the legendary wrestler Karl Gotch. He is trained in the Gotch style. He has been trained in the dojo. He is hard in fortitude. And tonight, Cole, I gotta tell you, is looking like it's gonna be really, really tough looking into the eyes of Murder Grandpa as he makes his way to the ring, walking around. The people are already clapping, standing on their feet. You already know what's about to come. Yeah, you about to hear it. Kazani Nare! The people are already stammered. They're just waiting. These Titans, they are about to go at it. It's about to be the clash of the century. The clash that will never be forgotten. You will tell your children where you were when Baki Hama came face to face with Minoru Suzuki. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. Scheduled for one fall with no time limit. And it is for the Meta-Human Federation World Heavyweight Championship. Standing to my left, he weighed in at 156 pounds, 1,040 when transformed. He is the number one contender with a record of 38-3. He is the Immortal Hulk, Baki Hanma. And standing to my right, he is the reigning and defending, undisputed Meta-Human Federation World Heavyweight Champion, the Murder Grandpa, the Ironclad Goon, Ironclad Minoru Suzuki. Baki and Suzuki would stand across from one another in the center of the arena, the people ready for the main event, the referee between them to admonish the rules. All right, Hanma, Suzuki, welcome to the main event. Now, it goes without saying, but I do want to make some things clear. Here in this fight, well, there are no rules, except to be spoken of through my discretion. If I feel that one of you can't continue, I will give you one chance to bow out. Afterwards, whatever happens, it's on you. The fighting stays in the arena. If you stay outside of the ring for more than a 20 count, you will be disqualified. If you have any outside interference, you will be disqualified. Do you understand these rules? Yeah, I got him, Baki would say. Good with me, said Suzuki. All right then, touch fist, transform, go back to your corners, and get ready. I hope you're ready to enjoy retirement, Grandpa. Don't worry, I'll make sure they got tapioca waiting for you. Comedian, you're funny. But let me ask you something. How's your mother's back? Okay, I see how it is. You know what? How about we skip retirement and I send your dumb ass to the morgue? That's the spirit, Baki. Both men would back away as they transformed into their monster states. Baki would transform into his monster ego, the Hulk. And for Minoru Suzuki, he transformed into his mutative state, known as Ironclad. The people knew that the action was only seconds away. As Kozu watched on in the stands, she would say a silent prayer. Not for Baki, but for Suzuki. She only prayed that her boyfriend wouldn't hurt him too badly. Because deep down in her heart, there was one thing that was unshakable, no matter the odds. In her eyes, Baki could never lose. Ding, ding, ding! Taz, the bell has sounded. The ref has moved into the safety zone. The two monsters are now left in the arena. So now, let's talk strategy. If you're Baki, what do you have to do to try to get the win over Ironclad Minoru Suzuki? And if you're Suzuki, what do you have to do to try to bring down Baki? Well, Cole, first thing first, when it comes to Baki, he's got the stamina advantage. He's got the youth advantage. We're talking about a kid that's only 17 years old. Technically, he's not even old enough to drink, and yet he's been legally dubbed old enough to kick some ass. Now, he's got the stamina advantage, and I would even say he's got the strength advantage. But Suzuki has got the experience. Suzuki has decades of training under his belt. Suzuki was fighting before we even had metahumans, and he was still considered one of the most dangerous men in the world. In the early stages of mixed martial arts, I'm talking about a time, people, when mixed martial arts, when they didn't have the safety nets, when they didn't have the padding, when a lot of it was just bare knuckle fists, where it was about snapping limbs and it was about breaking chins. And now we're talking about a Suzuki who, through a strange process, has now earned the ability to turn himself into some sort of iron-like substance. We're talking about forearm smashes that feel like you're kissing the express train. And Suzuki, he wants to make sure that Baki kisses that train nice and flush. All right, they're going in for the lockup now. Suzuki, he's being pushed back by Baki. Baki, he's looking to use that strength. He's looking to try to gain that advantage. Yeah, he's looking like he's trying to get a test of strength here. Oh, wait, he's got him down to one knee. Wait, he's actually pushing him. Oh, man. But Suzuki, he's able to push him right back. Suzuki, he's just taking his time. You know, he's not rushing into it. He's not trying to have this fight drag out for an extended period of time. If you're talking about this fight from the standpoint of Baki, maybe he wants to end this fight as quickly as possible. He doesn't want Suzuki to get that short footing. And wait, hold up, Suzuki goes for a forearm strike to the face. Oh, and that smash right there sending Baki back. Suzuki, he is just walking and he is laughing, Taz. Yeah, that's right. It's a psychological effect, Cole. He wants to laugh. He wants to try to get into the head of Baki, of showing him, hey, you hit tough, but I can hit just as tough. And wait, here comes Baki. Baki comes in with an uppercut. Uppercut straight to Suzuki. Suzuki, he looks like he's going to be staggering back. Wait, here comes Baki again. Baki with a chop to the chest. And another chop. And another chop. And another chop. He's chopping him into the corner of the arena. And Baki, he's letting off the mysterious machine gun monster chops to the chest. An ironclad chest. A chest that's not even heating up. It looks like Baki, he's going to have to go back and replan his strategies. And Suzuki, he's walking him down. Now Suzuki, he goes in. Baki goes for a kick. He misses. Another forearm to the face. And a kick to the gut, followed by a DDT spiking his head on the metal ground. Baki is reeling. He is rolling back, trying to regroup. Suzuki, he's back to his feet, and now he's just walking. That's right. He is walking him down. The Hulk seems to be staggered. Baki is looking to go and try to regroup, try to figure out what might be the best strategy. And it looks like they're going back to the center of the ring for another arm lockup. They're going in. All right. Seems like they're evenly matched. Baki, he's trying to press. He's got that strength advantage. Yeah, that's right, Cole. He's got the strength advantage, but having that strength is just as important as how you use it. Wait, Suzuki, he goes in for a hip toss, and he has slammed Baki to the ground once again with a kick to the back of the head. Oh, that's a sign of disrespect. Baki has to get himself together. Suzuki, he's making it look like child's play out there, Taz. Yeah, he is. Again, that's the experience factor that we're talking about, Cole. We're talking about someone who has decades of experience. Someone who has been in the trenches, as it were, For Baki, he just comes at you like an overwhelming force again and again and again. But as for Suzuki, he is someone who is in a game that is a young man's sport, and yet he is still thriving. There is a reason why he is the world champion. He should not be taken lightly. Baki is getting back up to his feet. Suzuki has him up against the guardrail, and he now goes in for a chop of his own. A chop against the chest of Baki Hama. Baki holding his chest clutched in pain. So I gotta ask you, even in his transformed state, in his Hulk state as it's called, similar to his father, he is a monster that is built on gamma rays. But what makes him different from Yujiro Hanma? What we know about Yujiro, we know that the angrier he gets, the more fired up he gets. And when he gets fired up, there ain't no stopping him. And you know how hot the sun is, Cole. It's one of the hottest things in our universe. But for Baki, Baki is different. The angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. But he's always trying to keep himself relaxed because he never wants to let on just how angry he's getting. But don't you think that bows to his advantage, though, Taz? I mean, if Suzuki keeps poking the bear as it was, what's going to happen when that bear finally unleashes? He's going to unleash, and that's just the thing, Cole. He's going to unleash. He's going to have a fury. He's going to have a flurry of offense. But Suzuki is tried and true. He is that tree that does not get moved, even in the midst of a hurricane, even if a tsunami came crashing. His roots are planted deep, and that is the strategy. Because eventually, that anger, it turns to fear. It turns to fear because you have this fight or flight response. And for Baki, he builds his power based on fight. It's getting stronger as he fights. But let me ask you, what happens when you throw someone your best shot and your best shot isn't enough? Eventually, you're not angry anymore. You're scared. And that's what Suzuki is going to do. He is going to instill fear into this young man. All right, now he's going for an Irish whip. He's looking to slam Baki right into the other iron rail. Oh, and now he goes in for a clothesline. Knocked down to the ground once more. Suzuki, he is just toying with him. That iron-like clothesline. Iron-like clothesline. He goes in for the Irish whip, sends him into the metal guardrail, right into the clothesline, Cole. And I gotta say, Suzuki, he's making it look textbook. He's making it look like child's work. And now he goes back to the ground, and he has him in a rear naked choke. He is trying to get him into a dragon sleeper hold. Is he going to be able to hold him in there? Do you think he can tire him out? It looks like he's trying to. He is trying to take that air out of the lungs of the young Baki Hama. The more you can do that, you got no airs in your lungs, there's no way that you can fight. Baki, he's getting back to his feet. He's getting back to his feet now. Suzuki, he's still got that rear naked choke. Hold on. Elbow, right to the gut of Suzuki. Another elbow, right to the gut. A third and a fourth. Suzuki lets go. Wait, Baki picks him up and he goes for a back suplex. Ugh! Back suplex. Now, Suzuki, he's finally getting the taste of having his back onto the floor. And now Baki, he's getting a chance to regroup. As Suzuki, he gets back to his feet. And now Baki lays him out with a lariat. And now he goes back up and he hits him with another lariat. Another Hulk-like lariat, knocking him down to the ground. And now Baki is getting fired up. That's right, folks. Baki is now looking like he's about to get back up into this fight. He picks up Suzuki and he goes for a Hulk slam. Hulk slam directly to the ground. And now the referee, he's going to come in for a count. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Kick out by Suzuki. Suzuki, he had to get a taste of that Baki strength, that young strength, that Hulk-like strength that never gives up. And now he's about to get a taste of a real Cole because now Baki's starting to gain momentum. He's running around. He's jogging. What's he going to do? He's trying to go in for a spear. No, Suzuki, he jumps over top of him. He grabs him from behind, hits him with a half German suplex. Both fighters are now on the ground, and the people, they are in applause. We are only in the early stages of this match, but still, it looks like it can go either way, Taz. I gotta ask you, how has this match gone so far? I gotta say, it's about 60-40. It's about 60 in Suzuki. It's about 40 for Baki. You're really seeing the experience come to play during this matchup. I gotta agree with you there, partner. Baki, he has shown some flashes, but he feels like a fish out of water. He feels like he is out of his element. Unlike any of the other monster matchups that he has had up until now, he is in the presence of the world champion. And for Suzuki, do you think that maybe he's going to start respecting some of Baki's strength, what Baki's capable of, what Baki can do in this arena? Well, I gotta tell you, this arena, it's been reinforced with some of the strongest metal that money can buy. And even then, for all the shock absorption, for as strong as this place is, if this thing spills out, who knows where the fight can go from here? As both of them getting back into their feet now, and they're going into a chopping match. Ooh, Baki goes for a chop to Suzuki. Suzuki, a chop, right back to Baki. They are trading strikes to the chest. They are going chop for chop. And Suzuki, looks like he's getting the best of them. He's getting the exchange. He's getting the exchange. Baki hits him with an uppercut, and another uppercut, and another uppercut. And he goes in for the Irish whip. Wait, Baki, he goes in. He jumps over him, whips him back once again, and a drop kick directly to Suzuki as Baki gets back onto his feet and immediately goes for a splash. He splashes, and he goes in for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, and another kick out right at 2. Baki, he has gone for 2 pins now. 2 pins and 2 kickouts at the count of 2 by Suzuki. Yeah, that's what I gotta tell you though. Those kickouts, even in the early stages, even if you're not going to get the 3, it's still important because you exert energy. You have to use power to kick out with your back, with your legs. And you gotta remember, even in this transformed state, it's a little different to maneuver, at least from the interviews, from what I've been able to dig up. When you transform, your body, you change in physical stature, in height, in everything about you. So you got to imagine, 1 second, you go from 6 foot, 150 pounds. The next thing you know, you're over 15, maybe even 20 feet at over 1,000 pounds. Your mind has to work differently. You have to think differently because now you got to try to fight like someone who's actually that size. And sometimes it's not easy in the early goings. And especially as you get older, you get more experience. But Baki, he's more on the younger side. He's only recently dabbled into his transformative powers. You know, he's a lot like his father, but a lot different from his father. His father has experience, and he's gotten big enough to the point that when Yujiro transforms, there's not much of a height difference between his Hulk state and his human state. But for Baki, he makes a major difference, and that's going to be the difference in this fight. Suzuki is looking to get the better of him. He gets Baki onto the ground, and he gets him into a single leg Boston Crab, and he has him on his back. He looks like he's trying to bend the back of Baki, but Baki is fighting through it. He is trying to turn his body around, and he kicks off onto Suzuki. He kicks back up to his feet. Suzuki, he goes in for a strike. Baki ducks, and he hits him with the Pele kick. Pele kick, it stuns Suzuki. Baki now back to his feet, and he hits him with a spear, and a spear by Baki. Baki goes in for the spear, but wait, he can't get back up. No, Suzuki, he's got him into a Kimura lock. Yeah, that's right, Kimura lock. He's going to have it cinched in iron tight, the iron tight Kimura lock. Baki, he might lose an arm. His arm might break. Who knows how long he can fight through the pain of this. Could we get a tap out? Tap out potentially. You got to remember, when he transforms like this, Suzuki, he has an iron-like skin complexion, and he's got iron-like strength. Not to mention, he can also manipulate the density of his body, and I feel like that's what he's trying to do. Look at him. They're sinking into the arena. I think that's what you're going for, Taz. That's what he's doing. He is manipulating the density of his body in the Kimura lock. He has the Hulk stuck, and who knows how much. He can make himself weigh a ton, 2, 3, 4, 5 tons. That's 5 tons of your arm being pinned, trapped behind your back with no way out. The only way to get out, you practically have to break your arm to do it. If you could even break out of a ton grip to begin with. This is a smart move. He baited the young man in. That's what he did. And now he's got Baki. Baki is now trying to get out. Maybe if he can get to the bottom railing, maybe he can get for a break somehow. If he can even get to that point, he is over 10 feet away, and he is trying to drag himself. He is dragging. We've got the weight quantifier from the arena coming in. He is at 5 tons. Baki is dragging 5 tons. 5 tons for 10 feet. Can Baki do it? It looks like he's trying to, but every time he gets closer, Suzuki is going to put on more weight. But eventually, that's going to hurt Suzuki. If Suzuki keeps his shoulders pinned to the ground, Baki could potentially get a roll-up, but he wouldn't want to win that way. No, not in the way of the Hamas. He wouldn't want to go out like this. Baki, he's continuing to pull himself. He's reaching. He's just fingertips away, and he grabs hold of the bottom metal bar. And the ref's counting 1, 2, 3, 4, let him go, let him go, let him go. And now he has to let go. Baki was finally able to break free. Suzuki, he's letting go of the weight. He's now getting himself back up as he gets back to his feet. But who knows how much damage was already done. Baki getting ready to get up. Suzuki goes for a Pele kick to that left arm, that injured arm. And now he's going in for an arm bar. And he looks like he's going to reapply that pressure. He is going to try to make Baki's arm snap, not just make it snap, Cole. He's going to try to pull it right out of its socket. The Hulk now, but Baki, he's firing up. You see that look in his eyes, those emerald green eyes, the eyes of anger, the eyes of rage, the eyes that have led him to this impressive streak, that led him to the dance. Now he's picking him up. Suzuki, he's trying to put on more weight. Baki is picking him up. He's picking up that 5 tons, and he slams him to the ground. Baki, he slams him again, and again, and again. Suzuki forced to let go. Now Baki, with only a good arm left, but yet he is still in the fray. It looks like you can see the steam that is coming off of him. You can tell the sweat that is pouring, the anger, the adrenaline that is pushing. Baki, he's getting into a stance. It looks like he's about to try to issue out some of his kickboxing skills. Yeah, that's right. Baki, his legs, they are strong. The size of those ham hocks, they are something else. Suzuki gets up. Baki goes for a kick. He's kicking at his shin. Wait, but Baki, his leg is the one that's bleeding. It's about kicking. It's about taking it in stride. And if he keeps it up, he's going to eventually wear down Suzuki. Suzuki, he's responding with kicks of his own. He kicks out Baki's legs. And now, with a knee to the face. But Baki is down on the ground. He is going in for the cover. 1, 2. Baki kicks out yet again. Baki is not out of the fray. Not yet. Not by a long shot. Baki still has a long way to go left in this fight. Suzuki, what is he going to do? Is he going to work on some of that submission game? Or is he going to go in for the knockout strike? I think we know what Suzuki, look what he's calling for. And the people know what's coming next. The signature move, the move that he learned from his master. He's cracking the neck and he's getting ready. Baki, he staggers onto his feet. Suzuki, a kick to the gut. And now he picks him up, arms over end. And now the gut style pile driver, driving Baki's skull directly into the ground. And now he's going, no, he's not even going for a pin cover, Taz. No, he wants to try to make sure that he finishes this for good. Wait, a second Gotch-style pile driver. The arena is shaking after that second pile driver. And now he's going in for the pin cover. 1, 2, and Baki gets his foot on the bottom railing. He gets his foot on the bottom railing, and the ref is forced to stop the count. Suzuki, he cannot believe it. How could he have made such a mistake? I gotta tell you, I don't think Suzuki was even thinking much then. He was thinking 2 shots, and that's enough. But no, now he's got to work on the Hulk all over again. He's grabbing the Hulk by the hair. He's grabbing up Baki. He is picking him up. What's he going to do? Probably for a ripcord lariat. He's getting him in position. He pulls him out. Baki, wait, no. He goes for the Hulk bottom, directly to the ground. And the Hulk, Baki, has now gotten back into the fray. But he's only got one good arm. What's he going to do? Can he launch his finishing move against Suzuki? Suzuki, he is getting back up. He is staggering back to his feet. And Baki, he goes, a fake punch, and a kick to the neck, and yet another kick. And now he's got him kicking back. And now Suzuki, he is getting rocked. Baki, his fists, they are bloodied, but they are still full of fire. And now step up enziguri to the back of the head of Suzuki. Suzuki, he is staggering once more. Baki, he now goes for an Irish whip. He slams him against the metal ropes. He comes back and he hits him with a Hulk bomb. Hulk bomb by Baki. But Baki, he is not done. He is picking up Suzuki. You're finished, old man. Baki, he is going to one of the corner posts. He is going all the way up to the top with Suzuki. He is getting him into position from that height. He is going to hit him with a 10-foot. No, this ain't a Hulk bomb. This ain't a Hulk bomb, Cole. This is something else. Wait, no, this is the Gamma Bomb. Gamma Bomb by Baki. And the ref, he goes in. 1, 2, and a kick out. A kick out by Suzuki. He can't believe it. Baki can't believe it. He hit him with the home run with the Gamma Bomb, and the Gamma Bomb is not enough. Suzuki, he is laughing. He is laughing, but he can barely move. And now Baki, he is picking him up. He is talking junk right in his face. A kick to the gut. And no, Baki has got to hit him with a Gotch-style pile driver of his own. That ain't the Gotch-style pile driver, Cole. That's the Gamma-style power driver. The Gamma-style pile driver directly onto the head of Suzuki. Suzuki's body goes limp. And now Baki goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. The winner of this match and the new Meta-Human Federation World Heavyweight Champion, Baki Hanma. That was a heavyweight bout, Cole, if I do say so myself. And now, a Clash of the Titans, the old generation, the new generation, and now the new generation is ready to take its foothold at the center, at the spotlight. Baki, he was able to overcome the ironclad Minoru Suzuki, beat him at his own game. You want to get ruthless? Baki, he could get just as ruthless. Stole the old man's finisher, hit him with his own, the Gamma-style pile driver for the win. Suzuki lies down. He has now transformed in defeat. Baki, he is being handed the title. He is the new Meta-Human Federation champion. But I gotta ask you, what does this mean for everyone else in the back? It means that this young man is serious. It means that he is not a flash in the pan. He is now your new World Meta-Human Federation champion. And now, if the whole locker room wasn't on notice, if the world wasn't on notice, they are now. But I gotta tell you, Taz, the job has only just begun. The real work starts now. Because now we have to clock our watches. It takes 1 year. Baki has to defend the title once a week, every week. That is the bare minimum. He has to do this for the next 365 days. And then, and only then, will his father give him a shot. The matchup of the century. Are we potentially a year away from the clash of father versus son? Once again, I gotta tell you, I think that's what the world wants to see. But for everyone else in the back, for people around the world, he has a huge target on his back. They don't care who his father is. All they care about is making a name for themselves. Now, everywhere he goes, people from all around the world, everyone is gonna want a shot at Baki Hanma, the Immortal Hulk, and he is now your new reigning and defending Meta-Human Federation World Champion. Baki would transform back into his human state, picking up the microphone ready to say some words, when a message would appear on the Titantron. Baki. What's up, son? How you doing? It's Yujiro! It's Yujiro Hanma! It's the boss! That's right, Cole, it's the boss. But what is he doing here? Did he come to congratulate his son? Or is there something else behind all this? Congratulations, Baki. Now, in case you're wondering, no, this isn't live. I got better things to do than watch you do something that you should have done at the very least 5 years ago. But then again, you always have a way of letting me down, now do ya? But still, congratulations. You're now the world champion of my federation. So for that, you've earned my respect. Now I know what you're thinking. That you gotta run through the gauntlet. That you gotta defend week in and week out for a full year. Well, let me be the first to give you the good news. As of now, that rule is null and void. It's null and void? What does he mean by that? Hold on, we gotta keep listening. The rule is null and void because let's be for real. All of you are a bunch of losers. If I had to task you with taking that title off of him, I'd have better just asked you to take candy from a baby. Because you have a better chance at doing that than you ever would at taking the title off of Baki. But don't worry, Baki. I didn't forget about you. You see, recently, I stopped by a place called The Raft. And I let go 13 of the world's most dangerous super criminals. But I've got 6 of them waiting just for you. I can only tell you 5, of course. The 6th wasn't a part of that. The 6th is someone I selected personally. But you won't meet him until you clear the other 5 first. The lightning monster, Zax. The absorption man, Crusher Creel. The leader. A man with a big-sized gamma brain and big-sized ideas. The cursed monster, Wendigo. And finally, your first opponent, the Rhino. By the way, you might want to pay attention to what's going on behind you. Baki, now turned into his human state, turned around just in time as the Rhino had climbed into the arena and hit him with the spear, or as he calls it, the gore. It's the Rhino! The Rhino, he's actually out! He's back, Taz! That's the Rhino, and he just gored the hell out of our new champion! And those horns are deadly, and Baki's bleeding out. We gotta get medical attention here fast. Here's the deal, Baki. Your opponents get to decide the time and place. They can challenge you anywhere they want. They can challenge you in the arena proper. They can challenge you when you're sleeping with your girl. They can challenge you when you're on the pot. It doesn't matter. When they show up ready to fight, you better be ready to defend. And this is to the end. Knockout, tap out, or death. That's it. The Rhino is standing tall over Baki. What is the meaning of this? What's Yujiro after? Who knows what he's after, Cole? But I know one thing. It's not going to be good because he's flipped the script on Baki. And who knows what this could mean, not just for Baki, but for the entire Federation. We can only wait and see. What's the Rhino's plans going to be? Is he going to challenge him now? When's he going to do it? Who knows? But he can select the time and place. And he is making his point known very much. As now medical staff are rushing into the arena to get Baki patched up. Baki, he is bleeding out a gusher. This is not good at all. Folks, thank you all for joining us here this evening. Please stay posted as we will alert you to any updates now and in the near future. This is something else. This is the game changer. Yujiro Hanma, the owner, the president of the company. He has flipped the script on his son, Baki, the new Metahuman Federation champion. And who knows what he has in store. You've heard the people he listed off. You heard Cole, the Rhino. We're talking about Wendigo. We're talking about some bad customers. And there's still a sixth one out there that we don't even know about. We don't even know what's going to happen. But please stay tuned for everything that's to come. Come back to our show on Monday as we will have you ready and informed for everything that has to come here in the Metahuman Federation. This concludes Baki, the Immortal Grappler. What If Baki Was the Hulk? Season 1, Part 2. Little side note with this story, I want to try to do something that's a little different from what I normally do with the stories that I tell. Specifically with this one, if you notice, I had more of a wrestling commentator style of storytelling. And that's because with a series like Baki that incorporates real life fighters, people like Iron Mike Tyson and people like Muhammad Ali and stuff like that, I want to try to put my own personal spin on it. For some of you who know, some of you who don't know, when I first did YouTube here, I was a wrestling commentator. So it goes without saying, I'm a very big fan of pro wrestling, WWE, AEW, New Japan, all that stuff, TNA, I'm into all of it. So with this series, I kind of want to do a blend of that as well, because a lot of Hulk's villains are like big brooding monsters with different powers and abilities. And when you know about the wacky and the zany characters in pro wrestling, I'm thinking, why don't we combine that? You know, you've got like monster type like characters in wrestling. So combine that with the monster like characters from like the Hulk and from the Marvel universe and mix it all up here with wrestling, martial arts, boxing, kickboxing, all that stuff. You know, I want to try to flesh it all out, but I really like this style and I want to try to keep it going forward when it comes to Baki stories. And all in all, I've really enjoyed this. I look forward to it. Hope you are as well. Stay tuned tomorrow as we continue with Baki, the Immortal Grappler. What If Baki Was the Hulk? Season 1, Part 3. But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I'm Javon Harrington with Power Core Productions and Podcastings, signing off, and I'll see you next time.